Just a second, sir. Yes, Ritika, can we
Yes,
begin?
you can start.
Yes, ma'am. We are
Yes,
listening
ma'am.
to
Shall
you.
we start, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Leadership is not about a title or a designation. It's about impact, influence, and inspiration. Good afternoon to the resource person, respected principal, vice principal, dean, head of the departments, teachers, and my dear friends. I also extend a warm welcome to Group Captain Mr. Venkat Raman, General Manager, Madras Management Association. Our greetings from Justice Bashir Ahmad Syed College for Women. We welcome you all to the special lecture for Leadership Skills for Success, organized by the Department of Business Studies in collaboration with Madras Management Association. Now, let's start the event with the blessings of the Almighty with an invocation. I request Ms. Majida Taslim of Second Year ICE Department to recite few verses from the Holy Quran and render its translation.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين جزاكم الله.
Thank you, Ms. Majida. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Barakat, Dean of Business Studies, to inaugurate MMA Student Chapter for the academic year 2021. Barakat, ma'am?
Barkat, ma'am?
Yes. Can I start?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening to everyone present here virtually. On behalf of the Department of Business Studies, Management, Principal, JPS College for Women, it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all for the 3 days workshop organized by Business Studies in collaboration with MMA. At this juncture, I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks for our group captain for organizing this workshop within a short period. We have such an eminent speaker for all the 3 days. I hope the program will be great and successful, and take the result of this program to develop your career. Hope you enjoy the program. Have a good time. Finally, this is an opportune time for me to declare the official opening of the student chapter, and I wish all the 3 fruitful days of interesting and beneficial program. I warmly welcome you all again. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I also request the group captain, Mr. Venkatraman, to give the inauguration speech on behalf of MMA.
Captain, sir? Yes, sir. Mr. Shriram? Mr. Shriram?
Yes, madam.
You have muted our group captain, it seems. Please unmute him.
Yeah, okay now it's got muted. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. It's been a wonderful day today, inaugurating the student chapter of this year. Like I was just mentioning, we delayed it by a few months, but it's nice to get back with us. So I thank the college management, from the principal and vice principal, Dr. Barkat, who takes so much of associating with MMA, Dr. Suganya, all the faculty members of the business studies department. It's indeed a pleasure to connect with you all, students, through the MMA student chapter. And this is just the beginning. I would love to see all of you, as long as you remain in this institution, to come and attend the MMA program. You know, right now we are all going through very tough times, so we are all meeting virtually like this. But in good old days, we had lovely events at MMA, and we used to invite you all to come over there. And I hope, inshallah, that we will see that happen very soon again. Right? So when that happens, you all must visit MMA. That's my only thing. Not only for anything, you know, it's the development, self-development is not just about attending the college. Wonderful faculty people who can give you a lot of technical knowledge, professional knowledge in the classrooms. But there is so much to learn outside the classroom. And that is where forums like MMA will help you. Not only MMA, there may be so many other such organizations. And I would love to see all of you go and attend various programs. I'm not saying you must spend money. All the programs that MMA does, they are all free for all. So when we invite you, you must go wherever at least there is an opportunity like this. And these days online, I know there is always the online fatigue. People don't want to now anymore attend online. Already classes are enough of doing, yeah. But you know, attending will give you a lot of wisdom. Because if Dr. Sundaraman Pesara Ronga, he may be talking to you 1 hour, but he's got almost 35-40 years of experience behind him. So on the 35 years of experience, he is going to now present it to you in 1 hour, and that too such an interesting topic. It's my favorite topic, leadership. So he's going to talk to you on that. Like that tomorrow, Mr. Ganesh is already here. Like that, wonderful speakers are going to talk to you here next 3 days, and you also have a lot of coming up at MMA. Tomorrow there is an evening event. I will send you all the link through your faculty. I hope you are all getting the links for the morning quiz that we are organizing during this lockdown. Please take part in all that quiz and all this. It's quite fun. You will really enjoy it. I don't want to take any more of your time because a wonderful speaker is waiting. Sundaraman, somebody will just introduce him to you all officially. But I know him as a person who's a phenomenal speaker. He's a very senior person in Toastmaster. He's a senior trainer at MMA who trains a lot of corporate employees, even very senior ranked people. So he's the person who's going to talk to you all today about skills. I'm sure you'll learn a lot. We thank once again the college management for a wonderfully organizing this event. Please excuse me if I have to leave after some time, but I hope you all will enjoy the session. Thank you, Sundar, once again. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, sir. I'm profusely overjoyed to take this opportunity to introduce the resource person for the topic, Leadership Skills for Success, Dr. Sundar Raman Chintamani. He is a professional speaker who helps people to master their mind for greater success. He also conducts workshops on design thinking, power of creativity, mind mapping, presentation mastery, public speaking skills, and IT for oil and gas industry. He has been a member of Toastmaster International for the past 12 years and achieved Distinguished Toastmasters DTM, the highest educational credential of Toastmasters. Currently, he is also the Chennai chapter head of Professional Speakers Associations of India. We welcome you, sir, for the event to share your thoughts with us.
Thank you, Group Captain, as well the Organizing Committee of Madras Management Association, as well the management of JBS College, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to speak in front of energetic students. Thank you, Ritika, for that short and sweet introduction. Let me start with a small anecdote. Yesterday I shared in LinkedIn about event that has happened long time back about my grandpa. So he was actually a school teacher, and in 1935 he left the school from a place called Perundurai. And at that point of time, the students, they gave a wonderful farewell, and they presented a wonderful citation. And this was traced by one of my cousins. And when I saw that, I was overjoyed. And the reason for the overjoy is I tried to find out the reason why I love academic institutions. So I am a chemical engineer, and I started my career in Chennai Petroleum Corporation as chemical engineer. And then later I moved on to the IT industry. But my passion towards training and teaching is so immense. So when I came to know about my grandpa, citation, as well as my parents, both my parents were also teachers. I found that teaching is in my blood, and I have fantastic fascination towards academic committee. Of course, I am a visiting faculty for some of the universities, and every time when I come back to an academic institution and talk in front of students and faculty members, I really I'm really getting elated. So today we are beginning the entire 3 days workshop with a wonderful topic called leadership. And this topic is really, very, very commonly used in many management, for many other forums of management and business schools. And sometimes people also feel that this is a cliche topic. But the actual reason why this topic is given such an importance is leadership is not about a self-transformation. So with the leadership quality, person can transform an entire community. For example, a political leader with his thought process, with his mind-boggling ideas, he can bring reforms to the entire society. Similarly, an academic leader can totally transform the academic community. So, and we have leaders in different levels. So, for example, a corporate leader can bring so much of job for the professionals, working professionals, not only helping the employees, but also can bring a lot of foreign exchange for the country. In so many different ways, the leaders can bring value addition. And because of that reason, this topic is always present in every conference and every forum, and people come out with different kind of perspectives. So some of them will have a common layer, but definitely each speaker will give their own personal experience and personal perspective, and I don't think you will get bored listening to this wonderful topic. So let me start sharing my screen. Are you able to see my screen? One of you can say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Right. So the leadership skills, so actually there are several attributes of leadership skills. For example, the decision-making capability, integrity, time management, then the visionary skills. So many things are there. So it is very difficult to condense all of them and present in 1 hour. But today I would like to talk about 10 different attributes and each of the 10 different attributes, let me give my own perception, and you can also join me in the conversation either through chat or audio. So first of all, time management. Time management is a very essential aspect of a leader. A leader, suppose a leader has to be absolutely sure about his time management. The reason is he is the person responsible for several stakeholders for an organization. For example, to an organization, the leader is managing 500 people. So his 5 minutes or 1 hour time is not only relevant to him. All his time will be relevant for the 500 stakeholders. So if at all, if a decision is waiting for him, then definitely the business will be in a stalemate condition. So the leader or an aspiring leader should be cognizant of this time management, and he has to be 100% adherent to the time management principles, whether to attend an event in time or speak for a certain period of time. So this time management is essential. And while we talk about time management, prioritizing, so we have so many events. In fact, many of us, we have a lot of things to do, and we are unable to fulfill many of our bucket list. So the reason is we don't know what is important, what is critical. So if you clearly define what is important and what is critical, and the critical means certain decisions, certain tasks, certain activities that are going to affect many other stakeholders. So if you are able to address them, then you will be able to properly manage the time. So many times people talk about you prepare a to-do list, things to do, and then start putting a tick mark once you complete the task. So today there is also another concept called things not to do. For example, today's world, we are all addicted to social media, to WhatsApp, Facebook, TikTok, so many YouTube, so many other social media. Of course, there are a lot of good content available there, but sometimes we get distracted and we are unable to fulfill the task which we plan to do. So sometimes if it is overwhelming and if it is going to be a total distraction, you may have to come up with things not to do. For example, reading a novel or reading a storybook or watching a movie. So if it is going to affect your productivity during your weekdays, then shift it to weekend. So let it not be present in the to-do list. So it should be present in the things not to do. So in this manner, you will be able to prioritize your time, and you can sometimes you can also delegate the task. So if you want to be a leader, of course, I will be talking about a delegation a little later. But I would like to quickly mention that a leader need not have to do all the job by himself or herself. So accordingly, so when he has got a team, he can delegate to the right people in the right time. Then let me move on. The next task is all about the listening skills. So I do think listening is an important aspect of a leader. Any thoughts? Any of you, can you unmute and address one or two? Why listening is very important for a leader?
So through listening, a leader can actually comprehend the situation, the criteria.
Exactly. So there are actually, thank you so much. There are, someone wants to say something? Okay. So the leader understands the situation and accordingly he or she can take the decisions. So not only that, so when you are actively listening to your own team members or employees or team members, they get confidence. Yes, my boss is listening to me. So now I have a person to rely on. So whatever problem with my department or whatever problem with my team, I can go and tell my boss, who will be a great listener. Sometimes even people, they don't look for solution. They are looking for someone to listen. So let me give some small anecdote to differentiate between what is the difference between hearing, listening and active listening. So sometime back, I was in the early morning, I was reading a newspaper. And the newspaper, totally I get engrossed, and from first page to last page, I used to go through all minute details and then read. So totally, I never get distracted. So at that point of time, my wife was in the kitchen, and she was trying to narrate some incident. She was saying that yesterday I went to the mall, and then my friends, we went to the mall. At that point of time, I met Shanti. Do you remember who Shanti is? So actually, she is our old neighbor way back in the 80s, right? Remember, Shanti was our neighbor. And Shanti's son is getting married. So the Karthikeyan is getting married, and the marriage is fixed in AVM Rajeshwari. So she was continuously speaking. I was reading the newspaper, and at one point of time, probably after 5 minutes or 10 minutes, she stopped speaking, and then came ferociously from the kitchen, and then came to the hall, and then saying, I was speaking to you for almost 10 minutes. You didn't say yes or no, and you are totally engrossed in the newspaper. She got annoyed. No, I said, I was listening to you. I was completely listening to you. So don't get annoyed. Okay, so if it is true, then repeat what I said. Any guess what I would have done? So at this point of time, so what could have been my response to my wife?
Girls, just share what you feel.
I'm unable to see the chat window, so because I have put the entire slide on the screen. So probably people can unmute and speak if that option is available, or the moderator can read out what people are chatting or typing in the chat window. Okay, so many of you would have thought that I was trying to somehow convince her or trying to fumble. So actually, the reality was I was able to reproduce whatever she said in the last 10 minutes. Every minute detail, I was able to do that because I was doing multitasking while reading the newspaper. Okay, now the next question, second question is, what could have been the reaction from my wife? So once I repeated everything what she said.
Must be shocked with your response.
Okay, happy or frustrated or irritated? Yes, shocked, that is right, partially right. Okay, so she was shocked as you said, and not happy because she thought that I had not listened. But when I tried to disprove, then she got annoyed. Right? So because she thought I was not listening, and that irritated her. And when I proved her wrong, then additional irritation was there. So even in an organization, when someone is even though they are listening, but if they give an impression that they are not listening, people get annoyed. Your team members. So if you are the leader, and if you are not giving an impression that you are listening, then people will get annoyed and they will not offer you cooperation. So that is where the difference between hearing, listening, and active listening. Hearing is just whatever. So actually I was hearing and partially listening, right? But there is one more term called active listening, which is very much essential for leaders. People who aspire to become a leader, they have to apply the technique of active listening. But to apply the technique of active listening, what are the things to be done? At least some 3 or 4 small tips are essential.
Concentration is very important.
Okay, I'll give a small clue. So in the slide, there are 2 pictures. The picture on the top and picture on the bottom. So you will be able to find out a small difference between these 2. So then you can give your answer. Are you able to distinguish between these 2 images?
So the first picture depicts hearing, and the second picture depicts listening.
Yes, true. So first picture also may say that that lady is hearing as well listening, but the second picture shows the meaning of active listening. So when you are active listening, that means you are showing every bit of it in your body language. Means when you are listening to someone, you will maintain eye contact, perfect eye contact. And if it is going to be a lengthy conversation, every few minutes you will be nodding your head. So you will, in an affirmative manner, you will be nodding your head. And the most important thing is, if it is a lengthy conversation, probably once in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you will rephrase or paraphrase whatever the other person has said. Okay, this is what you are saying. Am I right, or did I miss something? So you are trying to confirm, and the other person will feel happy. No. I think 90% of you, what you said is correct, but a small addition, so something is missing. So let me correct it. So then, this is where the conversation becomes complete. So conversation is a two-way process. One person is communicating, the other person is listening, and he is also confirming that he has listened to you. So that is where the conversation is complete. So this is ensuring that the conversation is complete. So a great listener, a great leader will always be listening, and that way he will get rapport from his team members, subordinates, and people will love to listen to the leader, and they will try to follow whatever he says. Any questions so far? Shall we move on?
We can go on, sir.
Right. So the third important aspect is critical thinking. Critical thinking, what does it mean? So critical thinking is process where the leader collects information from multiple channels, analyze, and then synthesize, right? So you may be getting under today, information is overwhelming through multiple channels. You get inputs from WhatsApp, social media, Twitter, newspaper, TV channels. In an organization also, you will be receiving information from email.
Sir, your presentation is not visible to us. We can't hear you. Sir, your presentation is not visible to us.
Take the final decision, which is what known as critical thinking. And the fourth important aspect of a leader is to give a continuous feedback. So actually, I remember a real incident which was shared by a person in a weekly magazine long time back. Right. So this person was working in office, and every year there used to be an appraisal process. The appraisal process, the boss will call him and talk about the positive aspects, negative aspects, and finally give some marks, and that will be decided for on his promotion. So at that point of time, the boss was saying that he was giving some small reason, saying that, so actually I have 5 team members, but only 3 of them can be promoted. I cannot promote you because of this small reason, and the reason he was citing was always your table are clumsy. Right? So many files, personal stuff, and then sometimes e-tables, your table is always cluttered, and that doesn't give an impression that you are doing a productive work. And for that reason, he reduced his appraisal marks, and finally he lost his promotion. At this point of time, this person was asking the boss, Sir, you could have told this long time back, right? So every time you walk through the what is that office corridor, and you are passing through my desk, and you could have told me all that. And jocularly, this boss was saying that. So if I would have told, then you would have kept everything clean. And then today I may find it difficult to give to decide on who to be promoted, right? After 5, only 3 can be promoted. Then I may find it very difficult because all of you. So that person got totally annoyed, right? So not only the boss, he didn't give a feedback in right time. He was also saying deliberately he didn't give the feedback. So he was adding fuel to the fire. If he is a good leader, he or she should have given feedback as and when it is